BodyBags, where horror lies.
Welcome back to BodyBags. This is week number 362. I'll be your host, Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and this is going to be a random review week. And this week I picked the other side of the coin of this Scream Factory double feature, which is Ghost Warrior. Now, a little bit of backstory behind this. I actually purchased this quite a while ago for The House Where Evil Dwells, which I reviewed last week. Definitely check out that review if you're interested. But I wanted to watch Ghost Warrior since it was a first time watch for me and do a review on that as well, so people kind of know what they're getting into if they decide to purchase this one. Because this is now out of print and it's going for stupid money, just like all of the Scream Factories that go out of print. Now, Ghost Warrior is a 1984 film, which runs approximately 81 minutes, and is directed by J. Larry Carroll. Now, he was mostly a writer. This was his only feature film, but he did write movies like Tourist Trap, which is a favorite of mine. Now, this stars Hiroshi Fujikawa as Yoshimitsu. He was in K2 and Ultraman G. John Calvin as Dr. Alan Richards. He was in Primary Target and The Wrong Guys. And Janet Julian as Chris Wells. She was in Humongous, King of New York, and Fear City. Now, this is also known as Sword Kill, and this was an Empire film, which I don't know if you guys are familiar with Empire or Wizard, but they all became Full Moon. These were early Full Moon ventures with Charles Band and Richard Band and all that. Now, this has a pretty interesting plot. Takes place in the beginning. This takes place in the 15th century, and Yoshimitsu is going to rescue his love. I believe it's his love. Yeah, it's his love, and he is cornered by the people who captured her. His love is killed, of course. She takes a dagger to the chest, and he is shot with an arrow where he falls off of a cliff and ends up in the icy waters, because this takes place in the wintertime. Now, he's frozen, and kind of like the movies Iceman and Encino Man, and actually Captain America, he is thawed out very late. I believe it's the 80s is when they thaw him out, and they're trying to study him. Now, he, of course, is a samurai, and when he fell into the river, his swords and his daggers and everything fell in as well. The doctor and his intern, who is also a reporter, I believe, they take a special interest in this case, of course, but the main guy isn't telling everyone that they're bringing him back, because they're doing it for, of course, profit and to make a lot of money. Now, the Ghost Warrior ends up escaping from their establishment where he's kept, and he's thrown into a world that he doesn't understand. Now, this is a little bit misleading. Of course, this is a Scream Factory double feature, and it's supposed to be horror movies on both sides of the coin, of course. Ghost Warrior really isn't a horror film, even though the alternate title is Sword Kill. He's not a ghost, even though, of course, he fell into the water and was thawed out years later. And he does kill people with his sword in the film, but not really as a villain, more as a means of self-defense and him trying to understand the world that we live in now. So it's a little bit misleading. Like I said, not really a horror movie, even though there is slashing in the film. I wouldn't really consider this a horror movie. It's more of a sci-fi action film. But with that being said, I always enjoyed movies like this. I like movies where a guy is displaced in time and has to find his way in our society. It's a lot of fun. But if you're going into it thinking it is a straight horror movie, it's not. So, a little bit disappointed about that. I wanted to see some mean spirited kills in this, and you kind of don't get that, but it's a good movie all the same. I definitely recommend it. If you're just into horror, you might want to skip this. But if you're into a science fiction action film, which has a little bit of horror, not really all that much, definitely check this one out. And then, as I said before, this is a Scream Factory. Here's the alternate slipcase, and even that looks kind of crazy with the like a horror film. But yeah, it is going for quite a bit of money now since it's out of print. So know what you're getting yourself into if you decide to purchase this. And don't forget to check out everyone on BodyBags. And if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.